Okay, howdy folks. I have received this comment way too many times for me to, I guess, ignore it. So, we're gonna test, and I've got several different things of everything, drills, impacts. We're gonna be testing battery power today only. Sure, we could go pneumatic. Sure, we could go, plug into the wall. But we're going to test battery power because realistically, when you're doing this to a small engine, you're going to probably be doing it with a battery power tool. Okay? The batteries, as far as I know, from what the chargers have told me, they are fully charged. Now, we're going to be using a 14mm impact socket, Pittsburgh impact socket, and a Titan short, stubby 3/8 drive impact rated adapter. Now, our test mule for the day is a Harbor Freight tailgater generator. I've pulled the spark plug out. Why? So that there's no compression being made. It's just spinning the motor. Okay? So, first up on the docket is the old style Drill Master. The Drill Master is actually the only one of the very few ones that actually does not have a full charge, but we got it in drill mode on the clutch side. We've got it going in the forward direction. So, we're going to put it on the bolt, which is a nut. So, it's a 14mm nut. And we're going to see, is it going to spin it over? Now, to see how well it spins over, I've got the DMM here attached to the ignition system, so we're going to be showing voltage of the ignition system. Okay, that's full speed, and this thing's rated for 900 RPM at full wide open. So, it spins the motor over. I'm going to, wrong plug, but, it's going to plug the hole. Put the plug in. And it's gonna, this is where the Drill Master's going to struggle. Taking that. Put it back on. Alright. It still cranks it over. Okay. Let's pull the plug back out. I'm going to be doing this, folks, in real time. Okay? Now, some of these I already know what the results are, but for some I don't. Now, the next drill on the docket. My Bosch with a fully charged battery, 2 amp hour. This one is a DDS 8 1818. Okay? So, you know, spins it over just fine. And I've got this in the second speed, so now we're gonna tighten the plug again. Okay, crank it over. Beautiful, right? Okay, we're gonna try our first impact, folks. The Bosch Impact. Okay, this one's a 25618. Again, with a full battery. We're gonna pull the plug out. And this is why you don't. Now we're going to get into why it's not such a cool idea for impact, okay? Forward position. Okay, spins it over. You know, okay, fine. It spins it over. Let's put the plug back in. And let's try this again. All it's doing, folks, is tightening. Why? Why is it not spinning? Well, it has to do with the fact that this is an impact. It's meant to whack fasteners. Okay, so, impact with the Bosch. Fine, you know. Now, I love you, honey, but I've got my girls' Ryobi Impact. This one is the P235AVN with a P189 battery. Okay. Again, with the plug out. Okay. It spins it over. Okay. Now, put the plug back in. Yeah, See, folks? As soon as it hits the compression stroke, it stops and goes straight into impact mode. So, you know, hey, let's try it with my 3/8 drive, power torque, PT T0003. That's 3 zeros and a 3. Okay, this battery literally coming straight off the charger. Okay. Pull the plug out. Forward position. Okay, spins it over. Put the plug back in. And, oh, folks, if you think that the whole reason that this thing is going straight in impact because, oh, it's got the spark plug touching the piston, no. This plug is actually shorter than the actual plug that it requires. The plug that it requires is a N9YC. So, you know, and literally it will take all the threads. So, you know, let's get that out of the way right now. This plug is actually not sitting in the cylinder at all. It's literally just plugging the hole, folks. Now, try and go slow. It's not going to make the difference. As soon as you got compression, this thing will go straight into impact mode. This will tighten that nut until it either breaks off or runs out of power to tighten it any further. Okay, so, you know, let's say you're going to use the biggest impact you got, the biggest battery impact you got. Okay, fine. Let's do that. Okay. How about a 3/4 drive impact, step down to a 3/8. Okay, we're in the forward position. We got, at least by the brain box and the battery, we've got a full charge. You know, we got a full charge according to the brain box. Okay, let's see. Wow, that sucker spins over real quick. Okay, but you didn't hear it impacting. Well, I'll get to that after the spark plug portion. Okay, and I'm probably liable to break that blooming thing off in there, that nut off with this thing. So, hey. So, why isn't this one impacting where all the other ones are? but you did hear it impact, especially on startup, especially when it hits that compression stroke. Okay, I'll tell you why, folks. It's doing that because this mechanism in here is designed to put out a heck of a lot more power. And what do I mean by a heck of a lot more power? I'm talking, this is supposed to put out 1,600 foot-pounds of torque, okay? Versus something like this, which is designed to only put out about 160 foot-pounds of torque. So the springs in here, or whatever mechanism that they're using, is gonna start impacting a heck of a lot faster than the big Earthquake XT. So this is a 63cc engine. Am I gonna say, oh yeah, run out and buy yourself an Impact, you're gonna frickin' be able to crank all your motors over? No, I'm not, because realistically, using an Impact to crank a motor over of any size is asinine. Okay? Because what it's going to do is that as soon as it really gets into that big compression stroke, it's going to frickin' start impacting. So, what are you liable to do? You're going to realistically, you're liable to frickin' break off your nut from your from your flywheel. So now, to prove to you folks that, you know, this plug is shorter and that this one will fit, we're going to stick it in here. We're going to start this back up. Let that clear its mind. Okay. And you know what? We're going to do this with a good drill. With the Bosch drill. So, okie dokie. Cranks over just fine. So, in conclusion, what am I saying to you folks? Quit telling me that you're going to use an impact driver to start your small engine, because it will not work the way you think it will. Alright? All you're going to really end up doing is screwing up your nut. Do you really want to do that? When even the Warrior one over at Harbor Freight, they've come down in price. So now you get lithium ion power for 20 bucks. And if you can find these old drill masters, they crank these motors over just fine. And this doesn't have that locking mechanism like the Bosches do, or a lot of the newer drills do. So these actually are perfect for cranking over engines. And realistically, folks, if you can't get it cranked over with 900 RPM, it's probably not going to crank over for you. It's not going to start for you at all then. Okay? So, there's the piece. Here's the evidence. Thanks for watching. Don't be an idiot. Don't be running one of these inside an enclosed space of any kind. So, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.